Let's start with our first news. Plessis says Khamzat is making excuses. Plessis reveals his next fight will be announced within the next week. What's up, fight fans? Plessis here, just to let you know, within the next week or so, my next fight and opponent will be announced. Can't wait to share the news with you. It's about time we get back in there. Speaking to Fight Forecast, Plessis also gave his thoughts on Khamzat team claiming his weight cut played a major factor in his loss to Sean Strickland. Plessis thinks it's just an excuse. Yeah, I think this whole weight cut excuse is ridiculous, to be honest with you. I mean, they said I think Turkin City cut 12 pounds in the 24 hours. Those are rookie numbers. I mean, 12 pounds in 24 hours, that's not that bad. I think it was 46 in total. But I mean, over the camp, it doesn't matter. What matters is that last 24 hours and 12 lbs is not that much. I mean, I definitely got more than that. And yeah, sometimes I've had bad weight cuts too. I have everybody that's cuts. Weight has had that experience where the next day you feel and you have a bad cut. Sometimes things just 1 kilogram can make the world difference in a weight cut. And I just think using a weight cut as an excuse when it comes to the fight. Even if you did have a bad weight cut, it's fine, it's happened to all of us. But you don't go out and say, I lost the fight because of that. No, if you want to change weight divisions, change weight divisions. But discipline makes all the difference. Always move on to another news. Allen believes Khamzat deserved a rematch after his fight with Sean Strickland. Speaking to MMA Junkie, Allen said he thinks Khamzat deserves an immediate rematch, and that it was a super close fight. Based on statistics, he added that he had Khamzat winning the fight, but admitted he could be partial because of training connections and shared sessions. Ahead of the bout, Allen explained that the split decision result shows how close the contest really was, and that Khamzat's performance still deserves recognition despite the official outcome. He said both fighters pushed a high pace and that small details likely decided the scorecards in the end. Allen believes an immediate rematch would make sense for the division, especially given how competitive the fight looked from start to finish. He also noted that Khamzat trained with both Allen and Khalil Roundtree before the fight, which gave him unique insight into the preparation and mindset going into the event. According to Allen, the physical exchanges were balanced and neither fighter was clearly dominant for long stretches, making the result even more controversial among fans and analysts. He emphasized that sometimes fights come down to judging margins, and that Khamzat should not be dismissed based on a narrow defeat. Allen concluded that Khamzat deserves another chance to settle the score in what he calls one of the closest fights in recent memory. He said the division would benefit from running it back because fans are still debating the outcome across social media platforms. Allen added that both athletes showed elite-level durability and cardio throughout the contest, which made it one of the most competitive matchups of the year. He stated that judging in such close fights will always lead to debate, and that an immediate rematch would provide clarity for fighters and fans alike. Allen finished by saying Khamzat remains one of the most dangerous contenders in the weight class, and that his skill set continues to evolve with each performance inside the octagon. He believes the rematch discussion is not just about controversy, but also about proving who can adjust better in a second encounter. Allen said fans deserve to see top contenders settle things definitively when a fight is this competitive and leaves no clear separation, and that a rematch would bring closure to one of the most debated fights in recent MMA discussions. Analysis continues. Move on to another news. Carlos Prates addressed Mauricio Ruffy's recent departure from Fighting Nerds team. He made it clear there is no bad blood following the split. He added that he believes Ruffy is highly intelligent and capable of building his own path. According to Prates, Ruffy is expected to perform well in his upcoming fight against Michael Chandler. He stated he is excited to watch that matchup on the White House card. Prates emphasized there are no personal issues and everything remains respectful between them. He mentioned that Ruffy has already shifted his training base to the United States. The interview also briefly touched on Max Holloway releasing behind-the-scenes motion capture footage for UFC 6. It showed a new behind-the-scenes look at his involvement in the game development process. He appears focused and engaged in expanding his presence beyond fighting inside the octagon. Prates noted that Ruffy's decision reflects confidence in his own career direction. He suggested that leaving a team like Fighting Nerds can sometimes help fighters grow independently. Despite the change, he reiterated there is still respect between all parties involved. Prates also highlighted that modern fighters often relocate to optimize training conditions. He believes Ruffy adapting to a new environment in the United States could benefit his development. According to him, exposure to different training partners is a key factor in improvement. He also expressed confidence in Ruffy's upcoming performance against Chandler on a major card. Prates said he is looking forward to seeing how Ruffy handles the pressure of a high-profile fight. He added that confidence and preparation will be crucial factors in that matchup. Prates maintained there is no rivalry or tension despite Ruffy's departure from the team. He stated that he remains focused on his own training and upcoming competition schedule. The discussion ended with reference to Max Holloway's UFC 6 motion capture footage release. It highlights growing interest in fighters expanding into gaming and entertainment projects. This marks another example of athletes building their brand beyond the sport itself. Prates concluded that such transitions are becoming more common in modern MMA careers. He believes fighters now understand the importance of opportunities outside the cage. He added that adaptability is essential both inside and outside competition. Prates said the sport continues to evolve with fighters exploring new paths. He emphasized growth and long-term vision remain important. Move on to another news. Merab Dvalishvili versus Peter Yan trilogy. Next, Merab's coach John Wood spoke in an interview with Home Fight yesterday and confirmed that Peter Yan is the name currently given for Merab's next fight. He said they are simply waiting on the time and date to be finalized. Wood explained that Merab is the kind of fighter who will literally accept any fight at any moment. He said Merab could be called and told to fight tomorrow, and he would do it without hesitation. He added that Merab does not care about injuries or setbacks, saying that even if his nose is broken or his body is damaged, he will still step in and compete. According to Wood, that mindset is what makes Merab such a dangerous competitor. He stated that the team has been informed that Yan is the expected opponent, and now everything depends on scheduling and official confirmation. Wood emphasized that there is strong confidence the fight will happen once details are locked in, as both fighters have already established a competitive history. He also mentioned that behind the scenes, discussions are moving forward and they are just waiting for the final call on the event placement. During the same interview, John Wood also spoke about Gina Carano and her recent submission loss to Ronda Rousey in just 17 seconds. Wood said that despite the defeat, he believes Gina still has the ability to beat many fighters and could compete again in the near future. He explained that from what he has seen in the gym, the desire to fight is still there, and the competitive drive has not disappeared. According to Wood, the decision to return was never about money, but about personal motivation and rediscovering the love for fighting. He added that there is already activity happening behind the scenes regarding her future, and multiple options could be available depending on what she chooses. Wood said he personally believes she could benefit from another training camp focused entirely on competition, since much of the hard preparation and weight cut work is already done. He stated that with the right matchmaking, she could still deliver entertaining performances and pick up wins. When asked about a potential return, Wood said if he had to guess, he would lean toward yes rather than no regarding her fighting again. He compared her situation to other fighters who felt an emotional gap after returning to competition, suggesting that feeling could influence her decision. Wood concluded that he would like to see her compete again and believes another fight is still very possible given her current mindset and energy. Move on to another news. Carlos Prates wants to fight Ilya in a dream superfight at welterweight on the Ariel Helwani show. Carlos Prates said Ilya is one of his dream matchups, and he would be open to welcoming him to the welterweight division for a massive showdown. He said he is thinking about first going for the belt and then possibly asking Ilya to move up to 170. Prates said, "Let's do this, let's dance." When asked about the matchup, he described it as a true money fight and a super fight scenario if Ilya decides to move up. He believes the fight would generate huge attention and said Ilya coming up in weight would make things even more interesting for fans. During the conversation, Prates was asked about the size difference between them. He said he stands around 190, which he believes is close to 6'1", while Ilya is around 5'7". He noted that the height difference would be significant, roughly 6 inches, but insisted that it would not matter in a real fight scenario. Prates said people often rely on incorrect internet listings regarding height and measurements. He explained that official numbers are not always accurate and that fighters often know their real size better than what is listed online. He repeated that he is actually around 190, even though some sources list him at 185. Prates emphasized that despite the size difference, elite matchups like this are about skill, timing, and confidence rather than just physical measurements. He said Ilya moving up would create a huge stylistic clash and bring massive excitement to the division. According to Prates, fights like this are what fans want to see because they bring together champions and rising contenders in high-stakes situations. He added that if the opportunity ever comes, he would be ready to make it happen without hesitation. Prates closed the discussion by reinforcing that he is focused on his own path toward the title, but remains open to big challenges. He described the potential fight as something special that would capture attention across the entire MMA world and create a true spectacle in the welterweight division. Move on to another news. Islam Makhachev versus Michael Morales. At UFC 330, it is now even more unclear who Islam Makhachev will defend the welterweight title against next. A few weeks ago, reports surfaced that a fight between Islam and Ian Gary was being discussed. However, Islam later stated in an interview that he would rather face Carlos Prates, believing Prates currently has more momentum after his impressive TKO win over former champion JDM. Now, the speculation has increased even further after Michael Morales posted a photo with Islam on his Instagram. In the caption, Morales wrote, "I will always create my own luck, and that's why I'll be the next champion." He also dated the post August 15th, 2026, which is the rumored date for UFC 330. This immediately sparked discussion among fans about whether Morales could be positioned as a potential challenger for Islam at welterweight. The timing of the post, combined with the location and caption, has only fueled more rumors around Islam's next title defense. Islam's future remains uncertain as multiple names continue to be linked to his next fight. Some reports still suggest Ian Gary could be in the mix, while others point toward a more high-profile striking matchup against Carlos Prates. However, the appearance of Michael Morales alongside Islam has now added a completely new angle to the conversation. Morales has been steadily rising in the division and is widely considered one of the most dangerous young contenders in the welterweight rankings. His confidence in the caption has also caught attention, as he boldly declared his intention to become champion. Fans have started debating whether the UFC could fast-track him into a title opportunity if the timing aligns with UFC 330. Questions are now being raised about whether Islam would prefer a proven contender or a rising undefeated prospect for his next defense. The situation remains fluid, with no official announcement confirming Islam's next opponent. All options are still open as the welterweight division continues to shift with each major performance and public appearance. The speculation is expected to grow even further as UFC 330 approaches and matchmaking decisions become more urgent. Move on to another news. Chael Sonnen says Jon Jones and Francis Ngannou don't want to fight each other. Chael Sonnen stated that Jon Jones and Francis Ngannou could fight each other, but in his view, neither of them actually wants the matchup. He explained that there is no contract preventing the fight from happening and insisted that people are being misled if they believe otherwise. Sonnen said, "They could fight right now. There is nothing stopping it." However, he strongly emphasized that the issue is not negotiations or contracts, but willingness. According to Sonnen, both fighters simply do not want to step into the cage against each other. He added that even back when Dana was trying to make the fight happen, the same situation existed with both sides not fully committing to the matchup. Sonnen believes that despite public interest, the fight has never truly been something either fighter has pushed to make real. He stated that in his opinion, neither Jon Jones nor Francis Ngannou is eager to take that risk. He suggested that the narrative around the fight is often bigger than the actual desire from the athletes involved. Sonnen explained that sometimes fights become legendary in discussion, but behind the scenes, the motivation is not always there. He said that in this case, both fighters are more focused on maintaining their reputation and respect rather than engaging in the highest risk matchup available. According to Sonnen, that is why the fight has never materialized despite repeated fan demand and speculation. Over the years, he concluded that the situation is less about promotion or contracts, and more about personal decision-making from both fighters. Sonnen's comments add another layer to the long-standing debate about why one of the most anticipated heavyweight fights in modern MMA history has never happened. He maintained that the reality is simple. The fight could happen, but the willingness is what is missing from both sides.